Please hold while we process your credit card payment. Your card was charged successfully. This call is from a correction facility and is subject to monitoring and recording. Thank you for using GTL.
Hey, Mark.
Hello?
Hey, man, I got the recorder going. You got 15 minutes, and this is your story. You might want to tell people your name. Today's date is December the 6th, 2019. You've been in prison about 17 years, and you might want to give your number and what prison you're at in case they want to write to you.
Okay. All right. My name is Mark Ezzell, Markezzell. My state number is 1125-125. I'm at Lunenburg Correctional Center in Victoria, Virginia. I was convicted April 19, 2004 in the city of Hampton, Virginia for robbery, maiming, and grand larceny of a firearm. This is exactly what occurred. I had a buddy of mine. Me and him were doing deals with a fella. My buddy and a girl dropped me off that afternoon at the victim's house and left. I went in, done the errands like I usually done, and went to the store to get soda and stuff like the old man had told me to do. When I come back, he was robbed and beaten. There was money all over the floor and everything. I called 911, gave him first aid and everything else. Well, as the investigation went on, the girl had got caught doing some burglaries, her and the guy, and told the detective I allegedly left the door unlocked. The detective in court said there was an AK-47 stolen and about $5,000 worth of money, they said. The victim testified in my preliminary. I had an attorney named David Montague that I gave him first aid. I called 911. I done my best to comfort him en route to the hospital. I didn't take nothing from him. When my lawyer lost his license for embezzlement, a lawyer named George Rogers took over. George Rogers III. George Rogers didn't investigate my case like he was supposed to. Done nothing. Didn't talk to none of my witnesses or nothing else. I had a jailhouse snitch get ready to come in on my case. He told me nothing about it. The morning of the trial, the jailhouse snitch took the case to stand against me. And after I got back to my cell and started reading through stuff, I realized the snitch had got his stuff from the investigator on my case. He got it out of the information out of the newspaper. And one of the co-defendant's statements, she said a name wrong, and the snitch said the same name that was in her statement. It was spelled wrong and everything. So I knew at that point the detective had showed his snitch the stuff on my case. There was 2 pool balls the man was supposed to have gotten beaten with in a sock. My lawyer never checked the sock to see if 2 pool balls would fit in it. After my sentencing and stuff, I discovered that after doing a little bit of research, that the stock was too small for 2 pool balls to fit in there. And the other thing is, the co-defendant never knew I was supposed to give him the pool balls to beat this guy with. He knew not nary color of the pool balls or nothing. My co-defendant tried to originally tell the truth and tell him, that I didn't leave the door unlocked, that him and the girl were scoping the house out and robbed the guy. I just happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. After they dropped me off, they were supposed to have left, and they came back and robbed him. That was the case. But to make a long story short, the window was busted out the front door. They said there was no sign of forced entry. Detective testified on the stand that there was a 5x5 glass window pane knocked out the front door. The door was breached to where they had kicked the door in and everything. So, that kind of blew the Commonwealth's case out the door that I left the door unlocked for them to get robbed. They charged me with everything they done. In return, they got a bunch of burglaries and stuff dropped and stuff in exchange for a testimony against me. They've been home for years. I'm still locked up. I filed a habeas corpus, appeals. The Innocent Project has been involved in my case. They tried to find me a pro bono attorney to take my case after they done their investigation. The lady, Miss Sean Umbrust out of D.C., said I didn't belong locked up. Oh, yeah, the other thing was the jailhouse snitch in my case got caught lying in a murder case after I was sentenced. And the Commonwealth had been contacted before the 21-day rule, and never him and my appellant attorney just swept it under the rug. And then after the 21-day rule, they yelled it was past the 21-day rule. for filing for new evidence on it. So, you know, I've been fighting my case for years on my own and haven't had no help at all. Trying to think what else.
Well, you said your co-defendants, they're the ones who actually, do you believe they're the ones who actually committed the crime?
Well, they did. One of them just died. One of my co-defendants just died here about a month ago, or 2 months ago, in Tennessee. She was found dead in the car with drugs and stuff in the car. And my other co-defendant's in Maryland. He's told my family and everybody else that he went back and robbed the guy because the guy owed him money for a watch. That I had nothing to do with it. But, you know, from day one, he's tried to tell the truth, and they went back and tried to revoke his bond and everything else. It's in the newspaper and everything down here. He tried to tell the truth. And when he tried, they revoked his bond, so he fled the courtroom. He hauled tail out of the courtroom. When they catch him again, the morning of trial, he refused to testify for an hour, and he eventually did and made a deal with him. And the deal was for, I think, like 4 years, and I got 15 for just that case.
Is it okay we know his name, your co-defendant's name?
Yeah, his name is Terrence O'Neill Jones.
Okay.
Yes, sir. And my other co-defendant's name was Rosalind Marie Waddle. That's the one that's deceased.
Okay. And the victim that they robbed, did he die during that robbery? Did he die when he went to the hospital?
No, sir. He had heart trouble, and he was in the hospital with pneumonia on the morning of my trial, and he died 3 days before my sentence, and his name is James Weir. James Donald Weir.
Did he testify during the trial? Did he testify?
He testified in my preliminary hearing, and they're saying they don't have no recording of it at all. So anything he said was swept under the rug. So they convicted me without a victim at period. No victim, no testimony from the victim at trial, no victim testimony at preliminary hearing.
And what was this guy's name again? The guy who got beat up and robbed?
James Donald Weir.
Okay. How do you spell Weir?
W-E-A-R.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Yes, sir.
All right. And so your co-defendants, which your position is, you didn't know that they were going to go back and rob the guy because he stole a watch, or he owed him a watch, or what was the deal about the watch again?
He had sold him a watch about a couple weeks before, and the old man owed him some money on that. He owed me money on the AK. See, I sold the AK that got taken out originally, sold the victim too.
Yeah.
But whenever my co-defendant went in, he took the gun too, and the gun ain't never been recovered or nothing. And I got charged with everything they done. Wow. So and the only thing they could say, oh, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying that. So this co-defendant, Terrence O'Neill, is that his name? Terrence O'Neill?
Yeah.
He's
Terrence
the one.
O'Neill Jones.
Okay, Terrence O'Neill Jones. He's the one who went and robbed the dude, beat him up, took the gun, took the watch. This Waddle, what was her name again? The Waddle, the one who's deceased?
She was, hold on.
Okay.
Rosalind Marie Waddle. She was supposed to have stayed in the car and then went up to the door and seen him robbing dude, but then they come together with the prosecution because a bunch of burglaries and stuff were being done around there, and they could link them to it. And they said, well, hold on, we're going to make a deal with you on these burglaries. Mark left the door unlocked for us to rob this dude, but if you work with us on these burglaries, and they dropped a bunch of them.
Okay. So you believe, you believe the prosecution worked with your co-defendants to pull you in on something that you weren't involved with, just so they could get a conviction on you and fill up the prisons. Is that basically?
That and the fact that my cousins, my family last name where I'm from in the city of Hampton, my cousins and all of them have been in a lot of trouble, over the years. My cousin David cost the city of Hampton a lot of money a few years, probably about 93, 94. A guard in the Hampton City Jail was sleeping, and my cousin got to fighting and knocked dude's eyeball out of his socket, so he cost them a bunch of money. Hampton City Jail wound up getting sued over it and everything else, so ever since then they've been out to get us.
Okay. Gotcha.
Even at their briefings in the morning, I was told by the Hampton cop myself, in their briefings in the morning, they tell there are new officers going through the academy and stuff. If you come across the Ezzells or the Burks, call for backup. Don't try to apprehend them yourself, and we'll apprehend them. We'll take steps to apprehend them. And I ain't never really given them no hard time. You know what I'm saying? But they do when they stop me. Okay.
No, I'm sorry. But I didn't mean to interrupt you. But before this incident with the man who died, Help me remember his name again. I'm terrible with the names. It's all coming at me too quick.
Mr. Weir, James Donald Weir.
Yeah, before Mr. Weir was robbed, and of course it sounds like he died during the trial or before sentencing. Before this, how much trouble had you been in with the law?
Had Mr. Weir been
No,
in trouble
how much trouble had you had? How much did you have a prior record? Or did you have? I mean,
yeah, I had a prior record for drunken public disorderly conduct and possession of stolen property. No major stuff.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
You know, I drank. I had done a short period in the Marine Corps and come home. I drank and stuff, but most of the time my disorderly conduct would start because they would come upon me and start harassing me.
Got it.
And then it would go from there.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay.
You know, I'd have no problem with authority. I respect them, but at the same time, I mean, right is right and wrong's wrong.
Right. So this guy I keep interrupting you. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, man, Mark.
No, you're good.
This co-defendant that that's out. He's out now and live, right? If somebody was to approach him and ask him point blank, were you involved in any of this? You're saying that he would say no, that you didn't have anything to do with it.
Yeah, he's told Innocent Project since I've been locked up. He said, no, Mark had nothing to do with it. He said, I gave him some money down the line, but it came from the robbery. But I'm going to tell you, the dude never told me nothing about it. He done it or nothing, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He even told his own attorney during my trial, right before my trial, he went to his attorney and my attorney and told him, said, listen, I lied on this man. We've known each other for a while. He's like, they're coming at me with deals on this burglary and stuff. His attorney and my attorney went to the damn Commonwealth attorney and the judge and told him, said, hey, he's admitted he lied. They revoked his bond.
Wow.
So he ran.
Okay.
It's in the newspaper. He ran out of the courtroom on him.
So if we was to approach him today in 2019, he would say you had nothing to do with it. But you're saying during trial, he implicated you.
During trial, he stood his ground and was like, Mark had nothing to do with it. The detective went over and hit him with a bunch of them burglaries and stuff. He put me in the middle of it, and then he got out on bond. And he come to me one morning and was like, listen, man, I don't want to lie on you or nothing, man. He's like, I think it's messed up. He's like, but they're trying to hit me with all these burglaries and stuff I didn't have nothing to do with. He's like, what do I got to do? I said, you need to go tell your attorney you lied on me and my attorney. So he did. He went and told his attorney first, and then he come to me. I took him to my attorney. He told my attorney he lied on me too. They set up a hearing with Judge Christopher Hutton. We went before Christopher Hutton that morning. The Commonwealth attorney come up to him, James B. Guggenauer, and told him, said, we're going to make a motion to revoke your bond for not cooperating with the Commonwealth. He told him he had to use the bathroom and fled the courtroom and then hauled tail and stayed on the run until a couple of days before my trial when they called him.
Wow.
And then the morning of the trial, he still refused to testify for about an hour. He only did after they went back there and made a deal with him.
Mm.
And he, like I said, he got 4 years. I got 15 on it, and 7 in the other case. The other case, the judge told me in the courtroom, Bonnie Jones, told me straight up. She said, I can reduce these to assault and battery. She said, but I'm not. The high court judge told me don't reduce them. And she said that right in the open courtroom.
Wow. Wow.
Yep.
And you've been
tried, man.
Yeah, you've been in prison 17 years, and you got how much more to go?
2 years and 9 months come January.
Okay. Wow. That's a long time, man. Yep.
It has. I've lost most of my family. I got a daughter that's turning 18 next year. I haven't seen since she was 12 months old. You know what I'm saying? It's been a rough one.
Does she stay in contact with you? Just curious.
No, she's been adopted out. She's supposed to be coming back around next year. Her brother finally has started contacting the family. They were in the same adoption home. But because she was adopted out and I'm not on her birth certificate, next year I'll finally be able to talk to her and contact her.
Yeah.
You have 1 minute remaining.
Well, we got 1 minute, Mark. What can people do to help? And anything else you want to say in the last minute, brother?
Anything y'all can do to help, I'd greatly appreciate. Letters, if you want to try to help me legally, I'd greatly appreciate it, man. Anything helps, and I want to thank y'all very much. God bless you.
Well, God bless you, Mark. We don't get involved in legal stuff. You'll read that when you get my letter that I mailed you a few days ago. But somebody listening might. You never know where these videos will go and who will listen to it. But our prayers are with you, and it sounds like you're a believer, and we certainly are. And hope you get
Yes,
that.
sir.
Hope you get that letter we mailed to you. And God bless you, Mark. I'll get this up on YouTube and Facebook and other social media so people can learn about your case.
All right, thank you so much, bro. And God bless you, man.
All
I
right.
really appreciate you.
No problem.
Keep your head up.
Okay. God bless
All right,
you,
brother.
Mark. All right.
All right, man.
Take care. Bye
All
bye.
right, bye. Bye. Bye.
Thank you for using GTL.